Happy Halloween! I can't believe it. It's Halloween.
Yeah.
2025.
Yep.
So if you can't tell, we are in costumes. I am Cookie Monster.
And I'm Elmo.
Yeah. So for today's episode, we are going to be reading you guys scary stories that we found. They're supposed to be true. Mine were at least.
I don't think mine
Okay. So you have the ones that are just like random scary stories people wrote,
are.
and mine are going to be scary stories that happen to people.
Okay, cool.
Have a little mashup.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But this is our Halloween episode. Surprise. It's been a minute. But anyway, how have you been?
I've been good.
Any updates? Any new stuff?
My relationship ended. It's completely over now, for sure. And I got a new job.
Yeah. Sorry about your relationship. I mean, that shit. If you knew the details, it's honestly ridiculous.
It needs to happen.
It needed to happen.
It like took too long to happen. It needed to happen.
Yeah. And then she started working with me. Yeah, so we work together now, and that's going well from my part. How is it for you?
It's alright.
Do you like it?
I mean, I like the job.
I like the money.
Yeah, the money.
But, I mean, it's a lot. The hours are long.
Yeah. Yeah, the 10 hours.
What do you think?
I mean, I don't know, the extra hour kills the 11 hours.
Yeah, so if you don't know, where we work at, like, we'll do overtime for certain parts of the year. And our overtime is an extra day a week and an extra hour added to our schedule. So we already work 10 hours, and then adding another one, it makes it like 11 and a half in total. And yeah, that's kind of rough. It is very rough when you're doing 5 in a row.
Yeah. But when do you think that overtime is that they text you?
I have no idea because they did text about it.
I might get that doll. I don't know if she's still available.
Girl, I'm gonna have to rack up some change
I know,
because
I'm so
I'm not doing
I
well.
told my therapist today, I'm like, at least I would be able to save money because I want to buy Christmas presents.
Bitch, who? Oh, yeah.
So I was going to buy his family Christmas presents. I never have, and I wanted to this year. So I planned on it, but I don't have to now because of
Yeah, fuck it. But am I the only one that it bothers when you see all these fucking Christmas decorations and shit out already, and Halloween is tomorrow? We still haven't even done Halloween, and you're
We haven't
already
even
talking
got to
about some
Thanksgiving.
Christmas. That's what I'm saying.
It
It's
normally
weird.
is like that. I'm kind of used to it.
Christmas. We have November. Well, I guess because I was thinking I don't have Thanksgiving decorations. I don't want to put my Christmas tree up yet. I was
Yeah.
gonna do that after Thanksgiving.
Yeah, and people normally do. But do you keep it up like all year long?
Fuck. Do you see it?
No. Does it take you a while?
No. I immediately take that bitch down.
Really?
After Christmas, I'm like, fuck no, take it down. I don't want
It
it in
takes
this
up a
house.
lot of room.
It does. It's kind of annoying. It's cute and aesthetic and feels good at the times, but then once it's over, it's fucking over. Next year, it's time for the closet.
Are you going through like a New Year's party?
I don't know, cause I thought about throwing a Friendsmas party and doing Secret Santa with like the friends. But bitch, I need to stop hosting so much. But I love it. I just can't help myself.
You're going broke.
I am going broke, and that's my problem. And that's probably why I'm not going to. But I think what I'm gonna do is instead of throwing a Halloween party next year, I might do a Christmas party next year.
A Christmas party?
Yeah. Because I realize this is my second year in a row doing a Halloween thing.
Is Sis still throwing her party?
Beats me, but we're not going unless you want to go.
Well, no, because I haven't really heard anything about it.
Because my ass has to stay here. My agenda tomorrow, I I have to get up, get ready, and get on my costume. I have to go get liquor. I have to go see if I can find those chips. I have to make the pizza, and the Oreo ball things will be done, or the cake balls.
I'm excited for
And then, what else? Hopefully, I'll be in here with enough time to get some trick or treaters because I know these damn people got some kids, so I'm trying to see some.
Did they come last year?
No, I didn't get one, and I bought a ton of candy.
Really?
So much candy. That shit lasted us months later. But yeah, we're not doing much. We're just planting pumpkins, going bowling, and then watching a movie.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I just wanted it to be like gentle.
Yeah.
And I'm
Where
sorry
we
to
going
be
bowling?
probably main event.
Well, if we don't have overtime in like a few days, do you want to go next week?
Yeah.
It's Friday.
No, I can't
You have
next
to
week.
work.
No, I have camp next week.
Really? And then you're going camping the week after that. In the cold, girl. You're going camping in the cold.
If it makes you feel better, we probably will only do Thursday into Friday,
Yeah.
and then Friday night if you want we
Go to the
can. Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay. But girl, you're going camping in the freezing cold?
Well, we gotta do something to
I would
fix
go to
this
a
relationship.
hotel.
You know me.
We went to a haunted house.
Oh yeah.
Nice. Amber got hit on. Old creepy guy.
Ew,
And
yeah.
I
I follow him on TikTok.
I would not be into that. Nope.
No, I just like looking at people's TikToks. It's funny to me to see what people let the public see. Same with Facebook. Facebook is funny to me because people post the funniest shit on there. Like, remember? Yeah, he posts the weirdest shit. It's always sexual.
Yeah, I don't know why people are like that.
But yeah. Anyway, so is there any other updates in your life?
No, not really. I live at my house alone right now, and I'm moving in with you.
Yeah,
Sure.
we're gonna be roomies.
We are.
I'm excited.
My plan. This is my plan. Because if I did think about like just staying at my apartment, but I think it would be better even if I didn't stay at my apartment, because like help with Nova, being closer to work, and then the fact that rent is gonna be like 10 times cheaper since it's 3 people, that I could save up and I could find a cheaper apartment. Because it would be like me paying like a lot of money, especially me, because I would have all of my animals. Because I think when we calculated his, it was like 800 and something, but plus 35 plus 35. You know what I'm saying? So it would be like 1,000. And so talking to other people, like there is cheaper out here. So I figured maybe I could like save.
But don't just find just anywhere because there's some areas that are very
bad.
not good.
Yeah.
But we'll look. We'll figure it out.
Yeah. Well,
if you go to school,
then I have
yeah.
like a dorm thing.
So that'll be good. So hopefully that could work out. Because then at that point you can work while you're in school.
Yeah.
Because you'll have to.
Yeah. I still need to make money. I mean, I wonder if they'll pay for the dorm or whatever, but I'll still need to make money because like food and stuff.
Mm-hmm. All right, they do make good one.
You know,
I would assume.
I would assume too.
Because they pay for everything. That's what I've been told.
Hopefully they don't get fined because they're real jackasses about it.
Just stay at work, do what you gotta do, girl.
Yeah. Wherever they put me last time, the Artemis, there's too much damn shit you have to go through to get that job.
Because you can't. They don't just give it to anybody. Because that's the job everybody wants.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, I keep playing with this hair and it's looking at my ponytail.
I'm like, they're like, you have to be cautious because of like returns or whatever, but I really don't want to touch a dildo that's been in somebody.
Well, you wear gloves.
I know, but still, that's
If you see it, then just don't pick it up. You can just walk to the next one.
you gotta make sure there's no batteries in it.
Yeah. Most of the shit's in boxes anyway.
But there's batteries in dildos anyway.
Yeah, some of them. Oh.
Wow, shit. I really want that rose thing. That's you to get me that for my Christmas birthday.
Okay, I'll keep that in mind. Okay.
We taking care of it.
Some updates in my life. I'm trying to think. So I did just join a club. It's called Yoke, It's basically a club for middle school students, and I go to a middle school once a week, and I meet with them with some other leaders, and we play games, we do a skit, we sing silly songs, and just have a little good time. And then we'll sing like a church song, and then we'll talk about Jesus and have like a little talk. Other than that, I don't really have many other updates. Me and my boyfriend are going through like a weird relationship journey, and it's been fun so far. A lot of sex, but yeah. But as a little special Halloween surprise, we're going to read to you 10 costume ideas in case you need like a last minute costume or you want some ideas for next year. So yeah, and then we're also going to do our scary stories after. So you want to go first or me?
You go first.
Okay. So my first costume idea is a princess. Either like a Disney princess or just your own princess. And as a duo idea with that, you could do like a princess and then the villain. I thought that would be cute. Or as a group idea, you could be like different Disney princesses and all of you be a different one. I think that would also be cute.
Like Shrek.
Was that yours? Or was that
No,
just
no,
random?
no. That was just random because you know how like they're all princesses and they like fight.
Oh yeah, yes. Yeah, that is a cute idea. You could be the ones from Shrek. That would be cute.
Because
Yeah.
they're all like there's like Snow White and everything in there.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Sleeping Beauty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My first one is I did like a few of like by yourself, and then I did like a few that were together. Like,
Yeah, I did some too.
Yeah. So my first one is Carrie.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
I wanted to be Carrie, but I went with Freddy Krueger this
Yeah,
year.
I want to do Carrie.
And then we did this for the twin thing. We've actually wore our costumes out 3 times like this.
Different, like bottoms to top though.
Yeah. Was that it? Okay. My second one is Pink Panther.
That's
Is that
cute.
cute?
Yeah.
Just get like a pink outfit and then some ears and a tail, and you're fucking Pink Panther. Like that is such a cute idea.
My second one is like an angel. You could do like dark or light.
Ooh. I thought about being an angel next year.
What's like the most Halloween costume that you see at work? That people are buying?
Scream.
Really?
I've seen a lot of Scream this year.
I've seen
A lot.
Dark Princess.
Really?
Yes. It's like everybody's being vampires or something like that for Halloween. Actually, to be honest with you, I've saw a lot more upstairs than I have seen downstairs. Variety.
I've seen a bunch of dudes doing the Disney princess thing.
Really? Dudes?
At work.
They did that for like the week thing? Did you wear your costume at work?
No.
Why not?
Because I was on Water Spider and you got me fucked up.
Well, you didn't know you were going to be on Water Spider.
No, but I didn't because I didn't feel like it. Nobody was there and Jay ended up being on pick, so I never even hung out with anyone.
Not even on your break?
No.
Really?
No, because the whole thing with the TV happened. So I was pissed off. And then the second break I did talk to Jay. But anyway. Did you see your second one?
Yeah, I said my second one. True.
Okay, my next one is a Mario characters. You could also do that as a duo, like Mario, Peach, Mario, and Luigi. Or you could do a group and all of you be different Mario characters. Oh, I think that is so cute, especially the group one. I think that's such a good idea.
The Girl with Many Stripes. Do you remember that
Yes.
book?
The book.
I
Yeah.
wanted to do that this year.
That would have been hard. Would you do the makeup?
Yeah. Where the stripes and stuff. I wanted to do that, but I decided against it because of it would be a lot of makeup, and I thought we were going to the club.
Oh yeah,
And
that
that
shit would have sweat right
and
off.
stained.
Yeah, that would have been fun to do with.
Do you like my new dress better than my old one?
I like them both of them. What? I like them both.
Yeah, the other one's like just
The sparkly one's
It
cute,
is cute.
but
I like the other one better.
Yeah.
A fairy?
That's cute.
You could do Tinkerbell. Or
That
you
is
just be a
cute.
fairy.
You know what's weird?
What?
That's one of mine.
Really? Tinkerbell or the fairy?
Tinkerbell. Well, I'll just go ahead and say that one as my next one. So my next one was Tinkerbell. I said that you could also do that as a group one because I thought it was so cute. Have you seen where they all pick? Yeah, have you seen like the movie Tinkerbell? Obviously. So like you pick a different like fairy from all of them. I thought that was so cute. As like a group, but you could be Tinkerbell by yourself or just pick one of those fairies to be. I thought that would also be cute because I like the one with the blue dress and the long black hair.
Yeah.
I would be her if I were to be a fairy. Your turn.
A moth and lamp.
I love that idea. That's so cute. My next one is cereal.
That's cute.
I think that you can pick like a cereal and then find a shirt that matches and then bring the box and take it to you.
Yeah, people like tie it around.
And you could also do that with a group and everyone be a different cereal.
And you could also be like a serial killer.
Yeah, that would be cute. Like bring knives and stuff.
Yeah.
Not real ones, but yeah.
Like, just like put fake blood on it.
Mm-hmm.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
That one is perfect. I freaking love that.
I
We
should
should do
see that
that.
so long. Shark Boy
Neither.
and Lava Girl.
That's a good one. That's a good movie. Okay, my next one is Ratatouille.
That's cute.
And you could do that as a duo where either you could. I've seen one where it was the dad, not the dad. Well, yeah, the dad as the guy, the baby as the mouse, and then the wife or the mom as the girlfriend that he like has a crush on. I think that one would be cute. Or you could just do like you as the Ratatouille. Fuck, I can't talk. I think I'm drunk. Maybe you as the cook person, and then a baby as the rat.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could do it as adults. I don't know. I just think it would be cute. Ratatouille is a good ass movie.
I've done that once. Do you remember Flushed Away?
Yes.
I haven't seen that in so long.
That's a good movie
That
too.
is a good one.
I want to watch Princess and the Frog again.
Yeah, I watched that at work one time. Okay, you ready?
It's a good movie. Yeah.
Pete and Timothy. The yeet, skirt, drop that, hold that.
Okay. I don't know what the fuck that is, but
the
that sounds
SNL
like.
thing. The
Oh.
you never love me, Ma.
Yes. I do remember. Okay.
Yeah.
That's funny. That's a good one.
SoundCloud rapper.
Ooh, my next one is one of my favorites because I want to do this so bad with you.
Okay.
Strawberry shortcake. I think
Yeah.
that is so fucking cute. And you could do it as like a group, and all of you be the different. Because there's so many different
there
ones.
is.
I
Like
love
My
it.
Little Pony or
I'm
something.
ew. Not My Little Pony, but if I were to be, I would probably be the blueberry muffin. I would get a blue wig. We should next year. That would be so cute. Okay, your turn.
Men in Black.
Oh, that's a good one. Oh, that reminds me, because I seen one on TikTok that I absolutely loved, and it was people saying that they dressed up as paparazzi. So then when they went somewhere where people would be wearing their costumes, and just ran up and started taking pictures like they were paparazzi.
Yeah.
Then one of the people was dressed up as like security and had to like come and be like, no questions, and backed up the people with the cameras.
I love that.
Yeah, it was so. It was
Imagine if that randomly happened to you.
and then the people were getting into it, like they were like, "Oh, who me? Oh, paparazzi? No,
Yeah.
like, no pictures." But it was like funny and cute. I would have loved that, and I might try to do that one year. We'll see.
Plankton and Karen.
Oh, that one's cute.
I don't even know how I came up with these.
That one is cute. My next one is Wallace and Gromit.
Oh my god.
I think like a duo. That would be so
Yes.
cute. That's a good movie.
It is. I think I they made multiple of those.
Mm, I think there's like 2 or 3. I haven't seen many.
TYs.
Beanie Baby, yeah. What?
Beanie Baby.
I can't talk right now. Beanie Babies, yeah. Reading these stories is gonna be fun. What time are we
Why?
at?
Because you can't.
30 minutes. Cool.
Yeah, 33. Yeah. Honestly, we might go over.
That's okay. We need to. I have 2 more.
I'm done.
Oh. Okay. So my last 2 was fast food. So you could pick like a fast food restaurant and dress as either the mascot or just like the colors.
Mhm.
You could also do that as a group and have other like all your friends pick out different fast food. I see she's taking up and my face is getting blocked. But
She kept laying on me. She's like, no.
look at her biting me. She's relaxing. And my last one, this one's kind of weird, but I said to DIY something you fear or like avant-garde or like make your own character. I think that would be really creative and cool.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's all for the costume ideas. So you ready to get started on our stories?
Yeah,
So who started the?
I did. So you go first.
Okay.
But mine are pretty long.
Okay. Okay. Are you guys ready? Okay. This is from Deleted. A few years ago, I was walking through the woods off the beaten track a bit, and I smelt this really overpowering sweet smell. Being nosy, I pulled back the undergrowth to have a look and found a dead body. The guy had clearly been there a while and wasn't looking great, all swollen and green and black with various runny bits. The local wildlife had also been dining well for a few days. I called the police, who told me to wait with the body until they arrived. Being in the middle of nowhere, it took a while for them to arrive, and it got dark, and I was just sat there in the dark with him for a long time. It turned out he had committed suicide. For a long time afterwards, I had dreams about him, and he would talk to me and not nice things, mainly about how he was angry I had disturbed his resting place, and he wanted me to kill myself. Probably just my imagination, but all pretty disturbing at the time. He still turns up in my dreams from time to time, and no doubt will be tonight after typing this.
He was just trying to do the right thing, and now he's being haunted.
Yeah, that's scary. I couldn't imagine having dreams like that.
No, because it's traumatic, I'm sure. Like, if you find a dead body, like, you're not just gonna get over it.
Right.
Okay. This is from you, Donavian. I think I'm saying that right. R/scary stories, and then it says you/Donavian 221. Oh,
Sorry.
I don't know what was that, but it's like pricked my elbow.
It's scary. I was just trying to get comfy.
Sorry, you're good. I was an EMT. This call changed me forever. This call changed me forever. Okay. These are long.
Okay.
I have like a few that are short, but I wanted to read some of the like from the book. So, but I'm gonna do like the samples.
Okay.
Working an EMT job is about as easy as you would expect. Late nights, stressful days, never ending shifts, all the works. I was a paramedic. I started interning at 17, and by 21, I was on payroll. Now, if you're here reading this, then chances are you've probably heard countless paramedic stories before. But I can assure you, this one will take the cake. It started like any other night. A call comes in, my partner and I are dispatched, and we rush to the scene, sirens blaring. We paramedics aren't typically informed of the exact nature of the emergency when calls come in. We're taught to get to the scene as quickly as possible and assess the situation once we arrive. So my partner and I were completely clueless as to what we were walking into. The call led us away from the city's heart and towards its outskirts. We were eventually directed down a dirt road that stretched for about a mile before we reached the homeowner's driveway. It was so narrow and restrictive that we actually had to pull over to the side of the road in front of the driveway and proceed on foot. So that's what we did, medical bags in hand. As we made our way up the driveway, we were presented with trash and clothing thrown widely about the front lawn and porch, and violent screams came from inside the home. My partner and I looked at each other nervously before he took a deep breath and knocked on the door. It swung open nearly immediately, and a tall, exhausted-looking man in an unbuttoned shirt with a stained white tank top underneath stood before us. He was pale-faced and looked as though he had been crying. In his right hand, he gripped a Bible so hard that his knuckles glowed white. More violent screams came from behind him as he practically dragged us into the house. Upon entering, the blood was the first thing we noticed. It was all over the floor, and a trail of it led down the hall in the direction that this man was ushering us. It stopped at a locked door. Beyond it, we heard more screaming, animalistic grunts and growls that made my blood run cold through my veins. Along with the screaming, a faint sound of squelching could be heard rhythmically. I knocked on the door, and the screaming stopped on a dime. Yeah. In the midst of all the chaos, I had neglected to ask the man his name or his relation to the person behind the door. And while I awaited a response from whoever was in the room, my partner got his information. It turned out he was this girl's father, and she had apparently gone completely ballistic, seemingly out of nowhere, trashing the house and throwing all of her clothing out in the yard, including the one she was wearing. Her father attempted to intervene, to which she responded by blasting her head into the walls and locking herself in her room with a kitchen knife, all while screaming that demonic scream. While we were receiving this information and attempting to get inside, a scream came again from the room. In the most inhuman voice I have ever heard, a screeching, "Leave me alone!" I can't probably do the whole, "Leave me alone!" Yeah, echoed from out beyond the door. This pushed the father over the edge in the midst of his breakdown, and he began throwing himself full force against the bedroom door, kicking as hard as he could. He managed to break the door down before we could restrain him, and what I saw in the bedroom has haunted me for years. This girl lay on the bed, completely nude and expressionless, and stared through my soul as she plunged the kitchen knife into her torso. Over and over, blood soaked the bed and poured out from dozens of wounds of her body. Yet she continued screeching and thrashing like an animal. Without thinking, I shoved past her father and restrained the hand she held the knife with. The animalistic screams grew even more deafening, I don't know, let me see, deafening, okay, deafening, as she fought with more life than should have been in her to get me off of her. It took all my strength to pry her fingers from the knife handle, and I tossed it to the far corner of the room as soon as I did. Uh, with her father wailing and the girl herself gnashing, right, starts with a G.
No, it's still gnashing.
Gnashing her teeth and snarling. My partner and I restrained her and fought to get her to the ambulance. She stayed on 2 feet and resisted us with the force of a grown man, a stunning contrast to the strength of any other teenage girl. Reaching the back door of the vehicle, I had to climb up into the patient's compartment to retrieve the stretcher, and we strapped her down and started pushing her inside. As we did so, both of her arms shot to the right side of the entrance, and she dug her fingers in so hard that the middle and index fingernail on her left hand snapped off and oozed blood, prompting more screeching. Once we finally
Oh
got
my
her into
God.
the ambulance, her father hopped in the back with me, and we made our way to the hospital. Looking her over, her wounds were absolutely determinal. Her insides looked as though they had been turned to mush, and the fact that she was still alive was an absolute miracle. The screeching stopped, though, and her vitals began to fall dramatically. Her previous wired and bloodshot eyes began to flutter and shut, and by the time we reached the hospital, she had flatlined and was announced dead on arrival. I think that's it. Hold on. Okay, it's not done. The father was an absolute mess, and I don't blame him, partly because of the shearing scope of everything, but also because I remember her last words, the words she spoke looking into her father's eyes as the life left hers. How did we get here? That's it.
I have no words. I that fucked me up. Oh my goodness. And that was not real?
I don't think so.
Jeez. Okay.
Imagine though.
I can't. That what do you mean? How did we get here? You gotta fix that.
Yeah. Like maybe she was possessed and then finally when she left the house.
Oh. If it hits an hour and a half, we have to call it. Okay, so my next one, Ari underscore U underscore serious. A few summers ago, I went for a bike ride around midnight with a friend. We went our separate ways at the end of the evening, and I had about 2 blocks to ride back by myself. Because of construction, I had to ride on the sidewalk, but the streets were dead, but it wasn't a problem until right where I was about to turn left onto my street. There was this man walking by himself, maybe 40s, a little scruffy but not homeless. The sidewalk was narrow and I didn't want to freak him out, so when I got about 6 feet behind him, I said, "Hey, behind you," and he turned around and gave me this super angry look. I turned down my street and he started to follow me, literally screaming about how I was a fucking cunt and he was going to kill me and all that. I live right off the corner and I didn't want him to figure that out, so I decided to do another loop around the block. That's not the scary part. The scary part is when I looped back around and looked down the street, I saw him standing on my fucking front stoop, staring at the street like a motherfucker knew I lived there. He saw me ride my by again, but he didn't say anything. I ended up going back to the friends, but my bike got stolen from the alleyway by the house 2 days later. Edit, the guy in question was definitely not actually homeless. We have a large population of mentally ill in that area, unfortunately, downtown of a medium-sized city. If I didn't think the sidewalk was too narrow to pass otherwise, I wouldn't have disturbed him. Half the scary part was that he looked pretty much completely normal for my area. That being said, I ended up texting my mom and she made the decision not to notify law enforcement until my bike was stolen.
That's scary. So he's like mentally unstable.
Probably.
Could you imagine if that happened to you? What would you do if somebody was like looking at you?
Bitch, I would run into my house anyway and lock the door. I ain't be staying out there.
Yeah, I wouldn't either.
Be
Okay.
like, "Mommy, help."
Yeah, what if she lived alone?
And if he was standing on the porch, I would call the police.
Yeah. That's creepy. Okay, this one I know for sure that it's fake. This one's about the same thing. Our scary stories. And then you slash Devon. I hope I'm saying that right. 221. Weird message in a fortune cookie. what the title is.
Ooh.
It's a long. This one's long.
Is this the longest one?
I think so. Oh no, this one's the longest one.
Dang. All of that?
Yeah, all of that. Does anyone else love Panda Express? I do.
I love Panda Express.
Yeah. I work really close to one. I'm pretty sure they built it for the people at my job specifically. Anyway, it's by far one of my favorite places to eat, and most days after work I find myself paying them a visit, as well as paying them my hard-earned cash for some of that delicious original orange chicken. They have a fairly large oriental menu. Oriental?
I
Oriental?
think it's orientation.
Oriental.
I think it's oriental, something like that.
Oriental menu. And I've tried pretty much all of their items. And at the end of each meal, I'll snap into one of their fortune cookies and see what message the universe has for me on that day. So yesterday really was no different. I got off work at the Amazon warehouse and headed directly across the street, my mouth watering. I sat down at my favorite booth and the one that gives you a view of the woods and small buildings that just look astonishing.
Astonishing.
How did girl? How did I get that? Astonishing. Astonishing. Under a sunset backdrop. This night I ordered the binging beef with fried rice and a large Diet Coke. I slurped it all down and felt that satisfying feeling you get after you fill your tummy with something yummy.
Oh my gosh, the wording.
As pure routine, once I finished the meal, I cracked into the cookie and pulled out the little slip of paper tucked within the crevices. The overhead speaker that usually played pop hits to give people that ambient noise while eating fell silent, but the room remained active with chatter. As I read the advice from the paper, they're watching you. I stared at the paper blankly, quiet, confused. The gods? My ancestors? Spiritual. I want to say these words. What is it? Entities? Entities?
I don't fucking
Spiritual.
know. Deity?
What is it? Entities? What kind of fortune is this? They're watching you. In the midst of my confusion, I had gotten lost in the thought of sheer contemplation of what I was seeing. So lost in fact that when I was brought back, it was by the shadows from the outdoor cascading larger until the bright, cheery atmosphere was no more. Snapping my head towards the window and finding that it was now dark outside, I felt my heart drop and my thoughts begin to race. As I looked out the window, I caught a glimpse of a reflection. The reflection of the workers behind their glass displayed that prevented people from sticking their hands in the grub. They stared at me, expressionless. I had almost completely zoned out, and that time neglected to notice that the restaurant was now silent. No clanking dishes, no sizzling grills, no calls for orders to be picked up. Utter silence. I turned around, feeling my face off the window, to find that it was just the workers. Everyone was staring at me. Children, mothers, fathers, sons, daughters, all with their eyes bearing into my soul. I felt as though I was in a nightmare. No one moved. Everyone just stared. Their eyes were glazed over and soulless as their bodies swayed back and forth. On the verge of a mental breakdown, I shut my eyes as tight as I could, shaking my head and counting down from 10, just as my psychiatrist told me. When I opened them, everything was back to normal. The speakers were back on, and the laughter mixed with the cheerful conversation filled the restaurant once more. However, one employee who I hadn't noticed before continued staring at me, the same expressionless face from before. Only this time, when our eyes met, A slow smile crept across his face, and he shot me a wink before disappearing into the back.
Is that it?
Mhm.
Ew. Yours are scary. So this one is by Agrit. When I was in high school, I had a really good friend who lived next door to a house that was always up for sale. People would move out in the middle of the night without a word, and it hadn't had the same owner for more than 6 months straight for a couple of years. One night we were really bored, and he suggested we go explore the house next door since it had sat empty for a while. We go around back, and there's a dog door that he can crawl through, and he unlocks the door and lets me in. The house itself is really unremarkable. It looked like it was built in maybe the 1950s and was a craftsman style house in an older, nicer part of town. My friend's house was similarly built. The kitchen had a really nice built in breakfast table set against a fuck. The kitchen had a really nice built in breakfast table set against a picture window. The house's electricity was off, but you could see the street light through the window. My friend and I sit down on the floor across from this table and are just hanging out, talking. Why? Who knows? All of a sudden, my friend screams, and in that instant, my vision goes black. But it wasn't that I just couldn't see. My body was engulfed in this sickly coldness from head to toe. I start screaming, and I feel my friend's hand grab mine and pulling me in some direction forcefully. My vision slowly comes back, and I start to warm up and realize that we're outside under the streetlight. It was December and should have been much warmer inside of that house. Finally, I look at my friend, and he looks scared. I'm really confused and kind of panicked myself, and finally asked him what happened. He said that as I was talking, a black thing, this figure that was all black and only had the vague shape of a girl, crawled out from under, I don't know what. Oh, okay. This girl was that was all black had and only had a vague shape of a girl. This figure that was all black and only had the vague shape of a girl crawled out from under the table and sat on top of me. Apparently, I started groping around with my eyes wide open, like I couldn't see, and he was so freaked out that he pulled me out of the house. We're still friends, and we bring it up every now and then, but the story itself never changes, and it still sends chills down my spine. To this day, I've never felt such blackness or coldness in my life. It was palpable, almost sticky. For a couple of days afterward, I couldn't shake this unsettling feeling, and I could never walk past that house again. Ugh, I'm scared to get out of bed now.
It was just like an abandoned house.
Yeah, well, it was a house that people were kept moving out of.
Um, that was real.
Yeah, that was real. Somebody wrote that on Reddit.
Oh my god! How can you tell if it was real if it was fake?
Girl, you can't most of the time. A lot of the time, if
Read
it's like
the
a hell of a lot of
comments.
details, it's probably fake.
Yeah. Well, if you read like the comments, some say that it's fake. Like that fortune cookie one, it was fake because one there was a hell of a lot of detail, and um, it said in the comments that it was fake. Okay. This is r/scary stories because I think I follow a group, and I think this is where I got these from. It's like a group.
On Facebook?
No, from Reddit.
Oh, okay.
You don't sleep 420. My mom keeps texting me, but she died last year. It started 2 nights ago. I got a text from my mom's number that said, "Did you lock the door?" I froze. Her number had been disconnected after the funeral. I told myself it was some kind of scam or something using her old number, but the text kept coming. Last night I got another one. Someone's in the hallway. I checked, shaking, but the hall was empty. I didn't sleep at all. Tonight I decided to text back. I typed, "Who is this?" and hit send. A minute later I got a photo in return, blurry, taken from the end of the hallway. It showed me sitting on the bed, looking at my phone. I dropped the phone and ran to the hallway, but no one was there. My front door was still locked, my window shut tight. I checked the photo again, zooming in, and that's when I noticed something I hadn't before. A faint figure behind me in the picture. A woman silhouette. A woman's silhouette. Her hand was reaching out towards my shoulder. I tried to call the number, but it went straight to voicemail. The automatic voice said the number was no longer in service. That's when I heard my phone buzz again. Another text. It said, "Don't be scared, honey. I just wanted to make sure you were safe." My eyes filled with tears. I whimpered, "Mom?" into the silence. Then another message appeared. This time, the words were shaky, letters uneven, like she was struggling to type. "He's in the house." Before I could move, I heard the floorboards creak behind me. Slowly, I turned toward the sound. My phone slipped from my hand, the screen still glowing with the final message that just appeared. "Run." I bolted for the door, but it wouldn't budge. The lock was cold, almost frozen. I could hear slow, heavy breathing coming from somewhere in the dark living room. Every instinct told me not to look, but I did anyway. There was a man standing there, or something shaped like one. His face was wrong, blurred, like a smudge that kept shifting. I stumbled backward, grabbing my phone from the floor, trying to call 911, but the screen glitched, letters flickering between numbers and words. Then for a split second, Mom's contact photo appeared again. The phone vibrated once more, and a voice message started playing automatically. It was her voice, weak, distorted. "I tried to warn you. He followed me from the other side." The lights flickered out completely. I could still hear her voice through the phone, whispering softly, "I love you," and underneath the breathing, this thing is like, I don't know this word. It says, can you figure out what that word is? Close now. Let's just say that. Close now. Right behind me. That's the last thing I remember before everything went dark. I woke up this morning on the floor with my phone in my hand. All the texts and photos were gone. The call log was empty, but there was one new message waiting for me. No number, just words. "See you tonight, sweetheart."
Ew. Okay. So this one's by memory underscore eater. I lived in a bizarre little house as a child. It was incredibly tall and thin, like an attached house except freestanding, with 3 floors, a basement, and an attic. It was full of quirks, such as 2 fully functional fireplaces, a shower stall in the center of the basement, a backyard so small that you could not take 5 paces without hitting the fence, and an old-timey rope pull dumbwaiter that led from the kitchen to my bedroom. I loved that weird little place, but unfortunately it was incredibly old, and half of its charm was the fact that it seemed to have been designed by an inarticulate conclaves of lunatics. And eventually the repair costs exceeded what my parents were willing to sink into it, and we had to move. Preparing for the move was a chore. I packed most of my stuff myself, and I had taken to throwing stuff down the dumbwaiter and shoving all my clothes so thickly in my closet that they became a single solid brick of fabric. While clearing that closet out, in fact, I came across a feature I hadn't noticed before: an attic entrance in the roof. Being an adventurous kid, I opened her up, stood on the clothes brick, and began my first and last exploration into the topmost part of our weird little house. The first thing I noticed was that wasn't as dark as it should have been. The place was strung with old red Christmas lights, which still burned with leftover incandescence. Okay, and a dozen little cracks and holes peeped down into all the bedrooms below. The second thing I noticed was that the place was set up for habitation. The insulation was plasticed away. There was an old gurney piled with sleeping bags and sheets, and a rusted mint green refrigerator which still worked with I tested it. The third thing was bones. There were a lot of bones. I was a kid at the time, with a limited understanding of anatomy, but there were bones of all types heaped into a series of piles around the center of the attic. Small and large, clean and white, from every and any imaginable sort of creature, haphazardly stacked in a half dozen osseous clumps. Two of them were blackened, as if someone had tried to burn them, and the walls nearest those blackened piles were scrawled in a dark bone chart massages. Oh, wait. Piles were scrawled in dark bone char messages. Mostly they were just smears, but the word sorry appeared more than once. That room had been sitting over my head for 8 years while I slept. Pretty fucked up.
Mm-hmm. You deleted them after you read them?
Yeah,
Probably because you need the storage.
I do.
I need the storage too, but I just. Okay. This is my last story. It's from like the book, The Last Scary Stories, because I used to like.
The Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark?
Yeah, that. Because they made like a movie about that.
Yeah, it's good. You should watch it.
I think I have watched it.
It's good.
Okay. The Big Toe. Do you remember this one?
You should put that in. Wait, I'll tell you later.
A boy was digging at the end of the garden when he saw a big toe. He tried to pick it up, but it was stuck to something. So he gave it a good hard jerk, and it came off his hand. Then he heard something groan and scampered away. The boy took the toe into the kitchen and showed it to his mother. It looks nice and plump, she said. I'll put it in the soup, and then we'll have it for supper. That night his father carved the toe into 3 pieces, and they each had a piece. Then they did the dishes, and when it got dark, they went to bed. The boy fell asleep almost at once, but in the middle of the night, a sound awokened him. It was something out of the street. It was a voice. It was calling him. Where is my toe? Toe! Oh. Anyway, it groaned. When the boy heard that, he got very scared, but he thought, it doesn't know where I am. Never will find me. Then he heard the voice once more, only now it was closer. Where is my toe? It groaned. The boy pulled the blankets over his head and closed his eyes. I'll go to sleep, he thought. When I wake up, it will be gone. But soon he heard the back door open, and again he heard the voice. Where is my toe? It groaned. Then the boy heard footsteps move through the kitchen into the dining room, into the living room, into the front hall. Then slowly they climbed the stairs. Closer and closer they came. So they were in the upstairs hall. Now they were outside his door. Where is my toe? The voice groaned. His door opened, shaking with fear. He listened as the footsteps slowly moved through the dark towards his bed, then stopped. Where is my toe? The voice groaned. At this point, pause, then jump as the person fell. friend.
That still scared me.
Yeah. Really? Me doing that?
Yeah.
It said, I was reading what I was supposed to do. Pause. You got it. Anyway, there's like another thing. The big toe also has another ending. When the boy hears the voice calling for its toe, he finds a strangling looking creature up inside the chimney. The boy is so frightened he can't move. He just stands there and stares at it. Finally he asks, well, what you got such big eyes for? And the creature answers, to look you through and through. What you got such big claws for? To scratch your grave. To scratch up your grave. What? What you got such big mouth for? To swallow you whole. Well, what you got such sharp teeth for? To chomp your bones. As you give the last line pronounced on one of your friends. To chop your bones! To chop your bones!
Okay, Little Red Riding Hood.
What do you mean?
That's literally her and the wolf.
Really?
Oh, what big eyes you have.
What big eyes you have?
Okay. Okay. So that was all of our scary stories. So we hope you guys enjoyed our Halloween episode, and we hope you guys have a wonderful and safe Halloween. Please comment what you guys are going to be for Halloween. And if you post any pictures on Instagram, tag us in it so that we can see. And we will post those on our story if you do tag us. Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening or watching, and we will be here next week. Please give us a follow on Instagram at Girls of a Certain Age. Listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, whichever you can get your podcast from. Hit the subscribe button, and the bell will give you some notifications so you know when we post, which should be every Friday. We're trying to get this one in the works. We've had a lot going on. But if you want to reach out and you want to share your own scary stories, or you have any type of videos that you want to see, please send us an email at girlsofacertainage with 2 E's at the end of age at gmail.com. We would love to hear from you. Okay, thank you guys so much. We love you.